Creonte, traitor, backstabber. Real teammates never leave. They're loyal, they stick it out. But let me ask you something. Loyal to what? A toxic training room? A coach who doesn't care if your knee pops? A place that breaks your body and your spirit and then guilt trips you into staying? How many people are stuck in the wrong gym because they're afraid of being labeled? This video is about something no one wants to talk about, and it's inspired by all of the incredible comments from the previous video. When it's time to leave your gym and how to find the courage to do it. And I'll share my own story and how you can do it the right way without burning bridges. Welcome to the Alchemy of Struggle, baby. So why do people stay in the wrong gym too long? Many people stay for the relationships, but they sacrifice their safety, their bodies, and on some levels, even their sanity. So when do you know that it's time to leave? Well, here's a few signs. Your body's breaking down, you're always injured, but the number one sign, the absolute number one sign, is if you start dreading going to training. You're not growing mentally, physically, or technically. You start to feel like your worth is based on, how tough you are on the mats as opposed to your individual growth. So here's a serious gut check. If this was a job, would you stay? My guess is absolutely not. If that's what you're feeling, it might be time to leave that gym. So let's talk about the loyalty myth. First of all, loyalty is earned. What about that gym's loyalty to you? What's best for your growth and development? A gym that truly values you would want you to grow, even if it means that growth has to come from somewhere else. So true loyalty goes both ways. So the question is, do you feel like your gym truly has your back? So let me give you an example of how this can actually go well. I used to train with SAS Team Syracuse. Look them up. Great school, great team. They have affiliates all over the country and in Brazil. And the head instructor there, Diego was awesome. There's a nice YouTube video of his story of when he came to the United States and started the affiliates. I'll link it in the description. The problem is one of the brown belts from there lived in my area. And so we had a small group of people and we would get together and train. I mentioned in the last video about how I had to stop training with those young guns at Cornell because it was just a battle all the time. And so I switched to training with Cody. And we would go up to the larger school in Syracuse every couple of weeks. Diego would invite us all over to his house afterwards, and we'd go over there and hang out and grill and smoke cigars. It was just awesome. A really nice, welcoming environment. What ended up happening is the small space that me and Cody and that small group of people were training in, we ended up losing that space. I had to really think hard, what am I gonna do? I didn't wanna have to drive an hour away a couple of days a week when it turns out someone I had been wanting to train with for years had just started a local school a couple of years earlier. Professor Matt Sung Lee, you guys hear me talk about it a lot, Ithaca BJJ. And the guys at SAS to let them know, I'm like, man, I'm heartbroken that, I'm not gonna be part of this team anymore. And I still wanna train with you guys. Man, check out their response. Once a member of SAS, always a member of SAS. And that I would always be part of the family. And Diego told me, anytime I wanted to train there, I'm free to stop by anytime, free of charge. Here's something else cool. I run into the team all the time at tournaments. And the cool thing is they come over to where I'm competing and cheer me on as if I'm still part of the team. I mean, it's wild, man. That's the way you do it. True loyalty does not change just because your geography changes. So how do you leave the right way? First thing, don't beat around the bush. Be direct, man, but respectful. Let them know, look, I need to switch to a different training environment. I keep getting hurt or whatever the issue is. And if they truly have your back, they'll understand. If they give you a bunch of crap, then you know for certain that you were in the wrong place. The other thing I would say is don't gossip, man. Don't badmouth your old gym. It is a small, small world. Always leave the door open because you never know when your paths are going to cross again. And you should thank them for the time that they spent training you. Even if it turned out to not be the best environment for you, certainly you learned some useful skills there. And I'm sure you developed some meaningful relationships. If nothing else, that was worth the stay. So now the mindset that you have to have is that you're building a different path to get to the same destination. The next obvious question is, well, how do I find the right gym? Go back and watch the previous video. It'll be linked at the end of this video. There was one guy in the comments who said that he stopped training jiu-jitsu after 8 years because of the injuries. I mean, if you've been training jiu-jitsu for 8 years, you've got to be at least a purple belt, almost a brown belt. Man, that says a lot. And it's a shame that people are being run out of gyms, man. And we don't like to think of it this way, but you have to remember, you are still a paying customer. And if you are not getting the proper service as a paying customer, you should not continue to give that gym your money. Period. Hard stop. But here's a few quick clues that you should be able to pick up on right away within just a few minutes, especially if you're going through a trial period. Number one, is sparring optional for beginners, or are you pressured into sparring day one? What's the vibe like? Are people smiling and enjoying themselves or limping off the mats? Are upper belts smashing or helping lower belts? But to get a more comprehensive list, again, go back and watch that original video. Go look at the comments in that previous video. You are not alone, and you don't have to be stuck in a place that does not serve your best long-term interests. And if you're out there wondering if it's okay to leave your gym, let this be your permission slip. You deserve to train in a place that helps you grow, not just survive. Now the toughest part is up to you, deciding to stay or leave. Do yourself a favor and leave if it's time. One last thing, folks, look, this message is really resonating. Since the time of this recording, which goes up in a couple of days from now, the channel has gained well over another 70, almost 70, I've lost count, almost 70 new subscribers. But we need to help other people get this message so that they know they are not alone. So please like, share, subscribe, and share your stories in the comments. People need to hear this stuff. So thanks again, guys, for supporting the channel and for helping to grow this little community. I am truly, truly humbled, and I will do my absolute best to bring you content that will help you grow and expand your game, both externally, but most importantly, internally.